being recorded on Monday afternoon, July 3rd, 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in this video, I'm going to talk about more bad technical analysis coming from a gold bear. Now, I don't know if this guy's really a gold bear. I mean, one of his sticks, or you see a lot of guys have this, and I used to be like this, where gold's going to go down. It's going to go down a lot, but then it's going to go way up. Like there's going to be this one last great buying opportunity that's coming. And watching this guy's video, that's what he's getting at. But I want to dissect some of his technical analysis, which is not really good in my opinion. And this guy is Steven Van Meter. He's a huge bond bull. So, last year or last 15 months or so has probably been really, really difficult. And I think, I did a video on this a month or two ago where he was calling for a triple top. And so now he's saying gold's in a head and shoulders. You got the spicy thumbnail here on YouTube. I mean, look at this, 53,000 views. So 53,000 people are being, misinformed, really, on the technicals on gold and what might happen. And, guys, this is why... and getting into my analysis here, professional technical analysts, like myself, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but when you are a professional, you really understand what goes into these various technical patterns, because one thing that non-professionals and amateurs do is, they call out these patterns, like every time it looks like these patterns are developing. But as I said in the triple top video, I mean, you could be a guy who's, walking along the street or wherever, and you see somebody who, looks like a beautiful woman. But in some cases, that can be a dude. So you can't go by looks. I mean, there's more to it, and especially with technical patterns. And so getting into this, he's saying, well, there could be a head and shoulders pattern developing here. Oh, well, you have this left shoulder, that could be the head. And if there's a high here and it breaks this, that's a head and shoulders pattern. And, the measured downside here would be, 2050, 1850. So it's coming back down to 1650 or 1600. Now, I think a while ago he was saying gold's going to go back down to 1,000. Now he's saying it's going to go back down to 1,600. He was using the triple top. Now he's trying to throw something else at the wall that might stick, that this is a head and shoulders pattern. And folks, this is what a head and shoulders pattern looks like. Because what goes into a head and shoulders pattern is you have to have a market that's going up consistently, steadily, strongly, very strong, like Trump would say, for a long time. You have to have this uptrend for a while, very strong uptrend, and then you get a reversal like this. This is what a head and shoulders topping pattern looks like. Okay. See, here it looks like this is a head and shoulders pattern, and it kind of is, but you had a breakdown, it failed here because there's no huge move that's leading to the massive reversal. So head and shoulders pattern, people, this is a reversal pattern. It's preceded by a huge uptrend, not just a little blip, but a big uptrend like this, a huge uptrend like this. That sets the stage for you have this reversal, and the reversal tends to take a little time to form. I mean, it doesn't happen really quickly. So again, this is one example where I don't recall. I'm sure people were calling that, oh, it's a head and shoulders pattern. It's going to all the way back. It's going to come all the way back down here. No, because there's not a sufficient enough uptrend and preceding advance to lead into a major reversal. That's the same thing here. Yes, this has been a good rebound, $400 and change. But this is far too quick. This happened far too quickly for there to be this massive reversal where it's going to come all the way back down. So this is not a head and shoulders pattern. And this neckline, typically you see necklines like this. And you see a neckline like this, that's way too strong of a pattern. Typically this is a reversal pattern. You come down like this, and usually you have a neckline that's flat, or it's maybe sloping a little bit down like this one here. I mean, this is way too strong. There's too much strength here for this to be a reversal pattern. So there's nothing in this price action that says a bearish reversal pattern is developing here. I mean, it's just grasping at straws. I mean, the triple top was awful analysis. This is the same thing. Now, maybe, I mean, if gold comes up here, it fails to break out, maybe it breaks below this line and comes down here at some point. That's certainly possible. But to call this a head and shoulders, people, this is just bad analysis. This is not a head and shoulders pattern. Gold is consolidating in a very bullish pattern, a very large bullish. This is a handle on this large cup. We know that. And the other thing, and I should probably talk about this in another video, how many people in the comments on all these videos, they're talking about, well, gold always goes down before a recession. Gold always goes down at the beginning of a recession. So everyone now is programmed that around or leading into the recession or at the beginning or right before it, gold goes down. What if, and me too. I mean, I have this, analysis that bond yields are going to come down, gold's going to go up. And, that'll probably happen at some point. But, and I'll get into this in a future video this week, what if bond yields go up and the 10-year goes above 5% and inflation expectations are really rising and boom, gold makes a big breakout before the recession? That, no one seems to be expecting that. So keep that in mind, especially, if gold holding here and if it keeps trending up, I mean, if gold holding above this in the next couple months, it's going to break out after that. Okay? So there's all that. And then the last thing, gold's going to have this big move down and then, it's going to have one move down. Then it's going to have a huge move higher. It already happened. It was last year, people. This was the big move down. It already fucking happened. Excuse my language. Already happened, people. The next big correction, it might not happen until gold gets to 24 or 2,500. So I'm sorry to get a little animated. It's just, when I see bad technical analysis, I have to call it out. And look, I mean, that's not to say everything I say on technical analysis is always going to be right and is always going to be perfect. But I just want to do an alert sometimes when I see, widely followed people who are promoting, really bad technical analysis. So that's all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to you guys again in the next video.